very bottom of your timeline, you see these little blue and green bar things? If you click those, you notice it gives you a little space down under your clip. Because we're going to have to register this. We're going to actually work in the motion tab, but we have to make this thing understand we're going to use time remap. So you have to give it that space under the clip. Then you come over here to your tools palette where you have all your tools. And you just have to set some stuff up. This is the slip and slide, and there's the one with the little stopwatch on it. So you go to the stopwatch and you just click up here in your clip a couple of times to set a couple of keyframes there. Now we're ready to work in the motion tab. We can come over here. We should have some keyframes registered that lets us start working. Time remap, you put it down.
So basically, you select the time remap button from the key tool, and then you put some
2 keyframes or so in there, just because it makes it easier with this. Where I can, if you don't do that, it's harder to work in the motion tab area.
Okay, let me write that down.
Here, let me do it again. Let me do it again so you can actually get it. Okay, so what I do first, Marvin, is I first put a clip in the timeline, or I have a clip down in the timeline. I want to make sure it's in the timeline and my viewer.
Okay.
So I double click here to make sure they're both here and there. Then I come down to this green and blue bar down here to find that space that comes in under here.
Right.
Then I go over to my tool palette and I go to the slip tool, and I come all the way over, I hold down and I come all the way to the right to get the time remap tool that looks like the little stopwatch.
The slip tool?
Yeah. Let me know when you're up with me.
I'm there.
After you do that, I click in my clip over here in the timeline a couple of times just to register a couple of key frames. You can see those. See this blue line right here, Marvin? You see you got some key frames down in here.
After you clicked on the slip tool, which one did you grab?
The stopwatch. Okay. It's actually, check it out, it has the tool hints over it. It says time remap tool. After you got that, now we can come back up in here to the viewer and go to our motion tab. Drag it bigger. This is where it helps to have multiple monitors, and you see the time remap down here. So now you see that it has the normal speed as 45-degree angle. That just plays back. If we play this back, it should play back at a normal speed. See how everything looks like it's a normal speed happening?
Right.
Let's say we wanted to slow it down, that first part. Just click on that one and drag it less than 45 degrees, and you should get slow motion there. Well, there's nobody on screen, so I'll drag that out some so we can see slow motion longer. Well, we'll do that. Let me put this back here and we'll redo where the slow motion goes, because otherwise the guys are going to speed. So you should see them come on in slow motion now. Yep, need more. I'm going to clear that one, and you can I'm just control clicking to clear these keyframes. So now we should be able to see slow motion.
You almost at stop as well.
Yeah, it's going to be real slow motion if we can actually get them where they're on frame. Nope. Let me put another one in so I can go. If you want more keyframes, you can put another anchor in by clicking there. I'll drag that one down some too.
There we go.
Now you can see them riding in slow motion. And then they speed up. So you see how that's valuable. If you wanted to get to this part sooner before you got to the slow motion, you could do something like that. Drag this down where it's kind of slow with the slower thing there. So that gets you through a lot of that frame quicker, where there's nothing going on. And now you see how the dust is going in slow motion. Now if you wanted them to come backwards, drag that down, and let's see what we get here. Where it's going fast. Uh-oh, bring them back, and then they start going forward again there. So that is time remap. You'll need to play with it to get it, but I use it a lot in music video stuff. The best way that you can use time remap is if you plan ahead before you actually edit. Think about when you're maybe going to move in, let's say you do a dolly move or a camera move in on someone's face. You can be getting your regular shot like this, just getting what you need, like you're following